And we're back. The
Hey,
jungle. We got Naturel in the building.
you
We
know,
got these strains. And we doing things a little different right now. We got the split screen going. We at our remote locations. Everybody knows what's going on with the coronavirus. But
social distancing. This is
yeah,
social distancing at its finest.
yeah. So we got to do it a certain way. But this might be something that we stick to from now on anyway. So it's the same deal. Please like, share, subscribe. We appreciate all the views that we get. So now moving forward, we want to
Yeah.
get into this.
Mhm.
First topic, the NFL. We want to talk about the new labor deal and how we think it's going to impact the NFL. Naturel, what's your thoughts?
Wow. Actually, I'm so surprised right now that it even passed. Before they were saying that it was a like 60-40, right? That 60% of the people wanted it and 40% didn't. But the 40% was even higher than it was. It was 30 before that. To me, it was basically people understanding the deal. A lot of people up front, even they admitted, they were like, I'm not looking at it. It seems good. Let's just ratify it. I want to play. But then, as time went on and got closer to the deadline, it seemed like the number of people who were against the deal or who wanted to renegotiate were getting higher and higher. So to
Mhm.
me, more people were actually looking at this deal, not just on the surface, and saying, hey, we can do better than this. And we can fight this and we can win this. So it was surprising to me. The vote passed by 30 votes. It was 959 to 1019. That means 30 people voting, yet more for no. This deal wouldn't went through. So to me, both I guess I see the division in the NFL. I guess in the ranks, meaning that a lot of people didn't want this, and the more people that were looking at the deal, looking into it, we're seeing that hey, you could do a lot better with this deal. So I'm surprised that it even passed through for this day. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at everything and you look at how things went down, you just see that you have more players who are interested in getting money, and that's the deal. So I think that the impact of the deal is in the long term, it's going to be a bad deal because the next time they're able to do a deal is 2030.
Yeah.
Right? That's not a smart deal. But they took that short term money and they didn't understand that in the long term you should be able to make more money off that 17 games. You know how
Yeah.
much more money that's going to generate. So the players, I don't think they were thinking for the long term. I just think they were thinking, you know what, my career is probably 3 to 4 years, and
Mhm.
I maybe not be able to get anything. So let me get it now. And because they went that route, I think that's going to hurt in the long run.
But you know what? That kind of mentality, if you see in other places in life, it never works, right? You don't sell out the generations ahead of you like your kids. Like, hey, you know what? I had this in my generation, and you know what? You just might not have it for yours. That's not. You're supposed to make it better as time goes on. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't
Yeah.
have the people willing to fight and stand up now, like like I don't even know what to say. Like that's a loss right there. You
Well,
already lost.
they'll regret it, and still with these franchise tags and all that stuff. I guess in the next 10 years they'll weather it down. All right. So moving forward,
Yeah,
we
let's do
want
it.
to get into the NBA. We want to talk about the coronavirus and how it's affecting the playoffs. Right now they're talking about actually starting back in mid-June as the earliest, and then after that, a couple of regular season games, then go right into the playoffs. Now, how do you think that will affect teams, especially with teams that have injured players that might have the possibility of coming back?
Oh, definitely as a Nets fan, it could be a blessing in disguise. KD wasn't set to play this season at all because I guess around June was, I guess May, June was the time that he was looking to get, I guess, get cleared and be 100%. Like they were talking about him even playing for the Olympics because that was around the time that he would be looking to be healthy. But now that's looking about the time that the NBA is going to start back up. or maybe even a playoff start if the NBA starts a little before that. Changes a lot. Changes a lot. You if the Nets get that 7th seed, they can be pretty dangerous. Going up against Milwaukee, I still feel they're a juggernaut. So if they slip to 8th, but if they get KD back for these last couple games and then for the playoff run, like I'm not gonna rule the Nets out of anything. I'm not gonna say they're going to make the championship or do anything, but I'm not gonna rule any team with a healthy KD out of anything. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, I don't respect anybody in the East to that degree. If KD is healthy, I think the Nets have a healthy chance to make it to the finals if he's healthy. Now, the trick is when you're coming off such a devastating injury, it usually takes a couple of months, maybe even up to a year to get back to your regular self. So I don't know what percentage of KD we're going to get, but I do believe if he's even at, let's say, 85, 90, I wouldn't count the Nets out because LeVert and Dinwiddie, I just don't think that you have any dominant team in the East. So I do think that it would vastly impact the NBA if the playoffs are held off till like July. Oh, he's definitely coming back. Ain't no way.
For sure. So what do you even think about Ben Simmons? Because Ben Simmons, I guess, was going to be out indefinitely, maybe the rest of the season. Now he's going to have that time to come back to a healthy Philly team. What do you think they could do in the playoffs?
Well, it just depends on how they play. I mean, the way that Philly plays is so up and down. It's about their coach, and that's what it comes down to. So I don't even think it's an issue.
And they
I like until they get a better coach, they're not going anywhere. It's just that simple. I'm sorry.
Wow. I'll say this. I think Philly playing at their best, Joel Embiid playing at his best, Philly can make the finals. Will Joel Embiid play at his best, though? And that's always been known. For injury, for him not being in shape, for one reason or the other. Will Joel Embiid be able to get in shape in that time frame with a healthy Ben Simmons? I think they can still make waves, but he hasn't shown that he could put the team on his back to do that. But we'll see. They have talent.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. Moving forward, now we want to get into this trade. You know, the NFL, back to that. The Ravens have got Calais Campbell from the Jaguars. Now, we don't know why the Jaguars would be handing him over like that for a 5th-round pick, but maybe you can explain. Maybe you can explain it. All right? I don't know.
Well, listen, this is what it comes down to. The Jaguars are just rebuilding. Right? They took their shot a couple years ago. Jalen Ramsey was the first domino to fall, right? He went to LA. That was the beginning of the end. So they're just gonna, to me, look to rebuild. Anything of value, they're gonna probably look to trade. Ngakoue, who the Giants, as a Giants fan, we definitely looking at somebody on our radar to get. So I'm hoping that they definitely look to unload. But the Ravens getting Calais Campbell? They're one of the most dominant pass rushers when their defense was okay, but not really, really spectacular. And what this shows to me is that they're going to be in the business of collecting, I guess, talent to make this run. To me, I'm not going to be surprised if they pick up 2-3 more veterans, 2-3 more people that can help out for this ultimate push. So big time dudes like Calais Campbell, they look to be stockpiling for that big Super Bowl run right here.
Yeah, I mean, they already were 14-2 last year. I think people underrate like Lamar Jackson's record since he's been a starter. Since he's been a starter, if I can recall, he was 6-1, and he's been 14-2. So that's 20-3 since he's been a starter. And if you give him more weapons and you stack the defense even better, I think you have a potential for a dynasty-type-esque run. Now, I know the Chiefs are there, so we're not going to discount them. They do have Pat Mahomes, and it's to be respected. But it's also to be respected that Baltimore Ravens are going to have a super team, if not for 1, 2, 3 years. So within that window, especially before they have to pay Lamar Jackson, I suggest they go all out because guess what? You know, when Pat Mahomes' contract comes up and you see that $200 million, you better believe that Lamar Jackson's gonna want that too and more. That's what's coming.
Exactly. I think Patrick Mahomes, they talking about 40 some. He may even, it might be even a little higher than that, depending on like how certain things go. But Lamar Jackson, he's gonna get even more than him. Because just the way it goes, the next year, even if you weren't better than the last guy, if you're the next guy up, you get paid. And that's just how it goes. That's just how we were talking even about that earlier. It's why he's even fighting the Cowboys now. Because he figured, listen, I'm in the slot, I'm next up, I'm paid. So that's what it is, man.
Yeah. All right, moving forward. Let's get into this fair foul. Fair foul. Natural. The UFC still trying to make waves, still trying to do fights, still trying to get in. Fair foul. Should they be? Should they just shut down their whole operation?
Yeah, that's foul. Come on. Listen. We understand you trying to make a buck. We understand you still want your money, right? But come on, you putting all your fans in jeopardy. People, as we see right now, they're not going to save themselves. If you allow people to, they will go do whatever they want to do, just like they've been doing, and then they'll complain later about being exposed or, other things. No. Save the people from themselves. Start canceling these big time shows and these big gatherings. They foul for getting their money, bro. That's foul.
I mean, of course it's foul. But people just don't care because at the end they're going to say, look how much money I'm going to lose. They're just looking at the money range and they're saying, I'll never recover that. And that's what they're saying to themselves. They're saying, we're just never going to recover. So we got to recoup as much as we can to lessen the blow. But I don't think they're lessening the blow. I think that they're just making people, especially their fighters, probably look at them crazy. Because, I mean, even though the fighters probably want to fight, there has to be something in the back of their mind that says, what if this person has it? You know what I mean? You're in a contact sport. So,
what if this person in the front row got this? Like anybody, the fan I slapped 5 with. What if they got it? I can't do the kiss nothing.
Okay. Now, next fair foul. You got Tennessee giving Ryan Tannehill a 4-year, $118 million contract. Fair or foul?
Fair. You know what, Ryan Tannehill, get your money. I'm about anybody getting their money. I ain't no hater, dog. Get your money. If I was Tennessee, I wouldn't have paid. I would kick him right out the door. But you know what? Maybe Tennessee thinks they got something. So good for Ryan Tannehill for getting paid. He would have had to show me a little bit more, but that's fair for him for sure.
Yeah. What's foul is they gave him $91 million guaranteed. So for me, the concept is, if I'm Dak Prescott and I see this contract, I am laughing because I'm saying to the Dallas Cowboys, you better not even try it. You know what I mean? Don't even try it. Ryan Tannehill, you think I'm going to take as much as Ryan Tannehill? You gave $91 million guaranteed at signing? Wow. Like, you better do something more with Dak Prescott. That for the Cowboys, it is foul. For Ryan Tannehill, it's fair. So the Cowboys, you just messed up because you didn't get this deal done earlier, and every deal that keeps getting made after that makes the price of Dak Prescott go up. That's why he just wait. All right, get the deal done.
Just franchise him, so it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, we'll see. All right, so now we're getting to our favorite subject of the week.
Oh, moving right.
Of the week.
Oh.
Wow. I mean, you know what it is. You know the criteria.
Oh, get that ass beat.
So, Naturel, who is your loser of the week?
Loser of the week for this week. Oh, Mr. Rudy Gobert. Come on. Really? Could it be anybody else? You're at the press conference playing down the whole coronavirus. You don't care. Your teammates said you was reckless in the locker room, touching everybody's stuff. Now Donovan Mitchell, you on his shit list right now. All right. Because he does not, you are not getting a Christmas card from Donovan Mitchell probably ever again, Rudy. You're gonna have to really piece this up. Because now you not only your immaturity just not only like is a detriment to you, but the people around you. And then his family. You see what I'm saying? This affects a lot more than just you and just whoever's around you. So Rudy Gobert, for your recklessness, bro, you definitely getting this loser of the week, bro. Hold it, but don't let me give it to you. I'll send in the mail.
That's a strong loser of the week, but that's a great candidate for loser of the week. I wanted to go somewhere, but I'm gonna keep it light this week. I'm gonna just say, for me, the loser of the week will be the Washington Redskins. You know why the Washington Redskins are getting loser of the week? It seems a little cruel, but there's talks about you not actually picking Chase Young. You might pick Tua Tagovailoa. All right, now if you do that, if you pick Tua and you don't pick Chase Young, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what your game plan is. Why did you draft Haskins? Did you just think that it's going to be a Josh Rosen situation? I don't see that. Your defense is so bad if you're the Washington Redskins. There's no excuse for you not to pick the best defensive player in the draft. But I can easily see the Washington Redskins not picking Chase Young. In fact, I can just about guarantee that's what's going to happen. They're going to pick a quarterback over Chase Young. I see it happening. And once it happens, I will then declare Washington Redskins losers of the year. Right in the beginning of this year, when I see that draft, and I don't see Chase Young get drafted by the Washington Redskins, remember this loser of the week for even it being talked. I don't care if it's smokescreen. It's not a good one for me. All right.
I was just going to say that. They come out with all these smokescreen rumors. But let me just say this. They could never be the loser of the year because the New York Knicks exist.
You know what? As bad as you might think it is, the Knicks might not be losers of the year.
What?
Just give the Redskins some time.
Wait. No.
You don't think so, right?
No. The Redskins are not on the Knicks level. The Knicks level? No.
Right,
not even close. Not even close, bro.
Let's give it some time. All right. Let's see.
We'll see, bro. The Knicks is this. They're bad, but no one is Knicks bad. They're their own category.
All right. Listen. As you know, get in the comments. Always let us know how you feel about the subjects, how you feel about the setup, how you feel about what's going on, whatever you want to discuss, even the coronavirus. We here for the talk, all right?
Now, let us know how the social distancing episode is going for you. Get in the comments. Always remember to like, share, and subscribe. The Jungle, we are out.